I'm standing there, frozen, as the taillights of my family's RV blink out of sight down the highway. My hands tremble, clutching my backpack straps so tight my knuckles turn white. The gas station's neon sign buzzes overhead, casting a sickly yellow glow on the cracked pavement. I'm 16, alone, and the night air bites at my skin through my thin hoodie. Their laughter still rings in my ears. Mom's sharp cackle, Dad's low chuckle, my sister's smug giggle. "Let's see if she crawls back," Mom had shouted, her voice dripping with glee as they peeled out. I can't move. My chest tightens, like someone's squeezing my lungs, and I wonder if this is real. Did they really just leave me here? I stumble toward the pump, my sneakers scuffing against loose gravel. The world feels too big, too quiet now, except for that humming sign and the faint whoosh of a car speeding by. I dig into my jeans pocket, fishing out what I've got left. $12 in crumpled bills, a candy wrapper, and my phone. Dead. Useless. Panic bubbles up, hot and sour in my throat. I spin around, half expecting the RV to circle back, headlights blazing, Mom leaning out to say, "Gotcha, kid." But the road stays dark, empty. My knees wobble and I sink onto the curb, the cold concrete jarring my spine. They're gone. They actually did it. A rumble cuts through the silence. A big rig pulling in, its engine growling like some angry beast. The driver hops down, a burly guy with a gray beard and a faded cap. He squints at me, wiping his hands on a rag. "Kid, you okay? You look lost." His voice is gruff, but not mean. I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. Just a shaky breath. He frowns, digs into his cab, and tosses me a sandwich wrapped in plastic. "Eat something. You're pale as a ghost." I take it, my fingers fumbling, and mumble a thank you. He nods, climbs back in, and drives off, leaving me with the faint smell of diesel and a peanut butter sandwich I don't even want. I stare at it, my stomach twisting. They left me, and this stranger cared more than they did. I sit there, hugging my knees, the night pressing in. A memory flashes. Earlier today in the RV, Dad griping about me forgetting to pack the cooler. "Right. Always messing up," he'd muttered, while Mom smirked and said, "Maybe she needs a lesson." My sister, sprawled across the back seat, had chimed in, "Yeah, let's ditch her somewhere fun." I'd laughed it off, thinking they were kidding. We'd been driving all day, cramped and bickering, but I never thought they'd actually do it. Now the pieces click together, sharp and ugly. This wasn't some spur-of-the-moment joke. They planned it. My eyes sting, but I blink hard. I won't cry. Not here, not for them. The gas station clerk steps outside, a skinny guy with a mop of dark hair and a bored look. He lights a cigarette, the flame flaring briefly, and glances my way. "You waiting for someone?" he asks, exhaling a cloud of smoke. I shake my head, my voice stuck somewhere deep. He shrugs, flicks ash onto the ground. "Well, we close in an hour. Can't stay here all night." His words hit like a punch. I've got nowhere to go. My hands tighten around the sandwich, crinkling the wrapper. I stand up, legs shaky, and scan the horizon. Nothing but shadows and the faint glow of distant headlights. That's when it sinks in. Really sinks in. They're not coming back. This isn't a game. I'm on my own. A stray cat slinks out from behind a dumpster, its eyes glinting in the dim light. It meows, soft and scratchy, and rubs against my leg. I bend down, running my fingers through its matted fur, and it purrs, a tiny, warm sound in this cold mess. "You're lost too, huh?" I whisper. My voice cracks, but talking to it steadies me somehow. I tear off a corner of the sandwich and drop it. The cat gobbles it up, and for a second, I feel less alone. But then a gust of wind whips through, rattling the gas pump hoses, and reality slams back. I've got $12, a dead phone, and a backpack with a change of clothes. That's it. My family, my own blood, dumped me here like trash. I straighten up, wiping my hands on my jeans. The clerk's watching me now, leaning against the doorframe, his cigarette glowing orange. "You got a plan, kid?" he calls. I don't answer, Just sling my backpack over my shoulder. My heart's pounding, a wild mix of fear and something else. Anger, maybe. They thought I'd crawl back, tail between my legs, begging. I picture Mom's smug face, Dad's dismissive grunt, my sister's eye roll. They're wrong. I'm not crawling anywhere. I take a step toward the road, then another, the cat trailing behind me. The night's dark and endless, but I keep walking. Whatever comes next, it's mine to figure out. A pickup truck screeches into the lot, tires squealing, and two guys spill out, laughing loud and sloppy. They stumble toward the store, ignoring me, but their noise jolts me awake. I can't just drift here, waiting for nothing. I spot a payphone by the wall, rusted and dented. I fish out a couple bucks, my fingers clumsy, and jam them in. The line crackles, but I don't know who to call. My best friend's too far, and anyone else. They just ask questions I can't answer. I hang up, the coins clanking back. My breath fogs in the air and I mutter to myself, okay, you can do this. It's not much, but it's something. I'm not broken yet. The clerk flicks his cigarette butt away and heads inside, flipping the open sign to closed. The station goes quiet, just me and the cat now. I sit back on the curb, the sandwich still in my lap, and rip it open. I take a bite, dry, sticky peanut butter, but it's fuel. I chew slow, staring at the stars peeking through the clouds. They left me here to fail, to prove I'm nothing. But as the night stretches on, a fire starts burning in me, small but real. I don't know what's coming, but I know one thing. I'm not going back. Not ever. I wake up with a jolt, sprawled across the curb, the morning sun glaring down at me. My neck aches from the awkward angle and my hoodie's damp with dew. The cat's gone, leaving me alone again, but I shake it off and stand, brushing grit from my jeans. The gas station's quiet now, the clerk long gone, and my stomach growls loud and insistent. I've got $10 left after the payphone, so I sling my backpack over my shoulder and start walking down the road, the pavement warm under my sneakers. Dust kicks up with every step, coating my legs, but I keep moving. I don't know where I'm going, just away from here. A faded sign catches my eye a mile later. Joe's Garage. It's a squat brick building with a rusty sign swinging in the breeze. I hesitate, then push open the door, a bell jingling overhead. Inside, it smells like oil and metal, and an older man with a scruffy beard looks up from under a car hood. "You need something fixed?" he grumbles, wiping his hands on a rag. I shake my head, my voice small. I need a job." He squints at me, then shrugs. "Can you sweep? Floor's a mess." I nod fast, and he tosses me a broom. "Name's Joe. Don't break anything." I grab it, my hands shaky but grateful, and start pushing dirt across the concrete. Sweeping's mindless, but it keeps me busy. The bristles scrape against the floor, and I focus on that sound, letting it drown out the ache in my chest. Joe doesn't talk much, just grunts orders like move that tire or hold this wrench. By noon, my arms are sore, but he hands me a cold soda from a mini fridge. "You're not useless," he says, cracking open his own can. I sip, mine, the fizz stinging my throat, and manage a tiny smile. It's the first nice thing anyone's said to me since last night. I don't tell him why I'm here, he doesn't ask, but his gruff kindness feels like a lifeline, thin but real. Later, I wander into a diner across the street, my $10 burning a hole in my pocket. The place is small, with chipped tables and a jukebox humming in the corner. A waitress with gray curls and a name tag reading Dottie slides a menu my way. I order fries, cheap and filling, and she brings them quick, golden, and steaming. As I nibble, she leans against the counter. Watching me, "You new around here, hun?" she asks, her voice soft. I nod, keeping my eyes on the plate. She doesn't push, just slips me a mug of coffee, steam curling up. "On me," she whispers with a wink. "You're tougher than you look." I grip the mug, its warmth seeping into my hands, and something in me softens. Back at the garage, Joe catches me staring at a toolbox. "You know how to use those?" he asks, eyebrow raised. I shake my head, but he doesn't laugh. Instead, he pulls out a wrench and points at a beat-up truck. "Hold this steady," he says, guiding my hands to the engine. It's greasy, heavy work. My fingers slip at first, smearing black oil on my skin, but I get the hang of it. Joe nods, almost impressed. "Not bad, kid." My chest swells a little, pride mixing with the exhaustion. I'm not just sweeping anymore. I'm learning something. The tools feel solid, like they're mine to command, and I start to picture myself fixing things, not just breaking. That night, I'm back at the diner, counting my last few bucks. Dottie notices and slides a slice of pie my way. Apple, with a scoop of melting ice cream. "Don't tell the boss," she chuckles, her eyes crinkling. I thank her, my voice hoarse, and dig in. The sweetness hits me hard, a comfort I didn't expect. But then a guy at the counter starts talking loud, his voice carrying over the jukebox. "Heard some family sold their place and took off, left a kid behind like she was nothing." My fork freezes midair. I don't look up, but my pulse races. Could that be them? I shove the thought down, focusing on the pie, but it lingers, sharp and bitter. Joe finds me a spot to sleep. A cramped room above the garage with a cot and a flickering bulb. "It's not much," he says, tossing me a blanket. "But it's yours if you keep working." I nod, too tired to argue, and collapse onto the mattress. The springs creak under me, and the blanket's scratchy, but it's better than the curb. I stare at the ceiling, shadows dancing from a passing car's headlights. Tears prick my eyes, hot and sudden. I'm safe here, sort of, but the hurt's still there, clawing at me. I wipe my face with my sleeve, angry at myself for crying. They don't deserve my tears, not after what they did. Next morning, I'm back at it, sweeping again while Joe tinkers with a motorcycle. A customer walks in, a big guy with tattoos, and grumbles about his car stalling. Joe hands me a rag and says, "Wipe down the hood." I do it, careful and quick, and the guy watches me. "You're handy," he says, tossing me a crumpled $5 bill. "Keep it." I pocket it, my first tip, and feel a spark of something. Hope. Maybe. Joe smirks, like he knew I'd surprise him. I'm not just surviving anymore. I'm starting to fit here, piece by piece. The day drags on, and my hands ache from holding tools, but I don't mind. Grease stains my fingers now, a badge I didn't have yesterday. I catch my reflection in a car window. Tired eyes, messy hair, but a set jaw. I look different, stronger. Dottie swings by the garage with a thermos of soup, saying, "Can't let you starve, hun." I take it, sipping the warmth, and thank her quietly. She pats my shoulder, firm and steady, and walks off. I'm not alone here, not really. These people, strangers, see me when my own family didn't. By nightfall, I'm back in my room, the cot creaking as I sit. I pull out my $5 tip and the leftover change, counting it slow. It's not much, but it's mine. Earned, not given. I tuck it into my backpack, safe and sound. The garage hums below, a steady rhythm, and I lie back, staring at the cracked ceiling. I'm finding my feet, one dusty step at a time. They thought I'd crumble out here, but I'm not crumbling. I'm building something they'll never touch. I wake up to sunlight streaming through the cracked window above my cot, the air thick with the scent of oil drifting up from the garage below. My $5 tip sits on the edge of my backpack, a small victory I can't stop glancing at. I stretch, my muscles sore but alive, and head downstairs, the stairs creaking under my sneakers. Joe's already there, tinkering with a carburetor, and he grunts a hello without looking up. I grab a rag, ready to dive in, but today feels different, like I'm not just hanging on anymore. I've got a little cash, a place to sleep, and a purpose. It's not much, but it's mine. Mid-morning, I decide to invest in myself. I walk to a hardware store down the road, the bell chiming as I step inside. The clerk, a wiry guy with glasses, nods at me while I browse. I spot a used toolbox, dented but sturdy, and count out my tip plus some change from Dottie's soup day. It's $12 total, leaving me nearly broke again, but I hand over the bills. "Good choice," the clerk says, sliding it across the counter. Back at the garage, I set it in a corner by Joe's workbench, my name scratched into the lid with a nail. It's official now. This is my space. My start. Work picks up fast. A biker rolls in, his motorcycle sputtering like it's coughing up a lung. He's tall, with a leather jacket and a scar across his cheek, and he eyes me as I wipe down a wrench. "You fixing this?" he asks, skeptical. Joe steps in, gruff as ever. "She's helping. Let's see what she's got." I take a deep breath, my hands steady, and tighten a loose bolt under Joe's watch. The engine roars back to life, loud and smooth. The biker grins, tossing me a nod. "Not bad, girl," he tells his buddies, and soon I'm elbow deep in oil. Every day, bikes, cars, even a lawnmower once. Word spreading, and I'm keeping up. One afternoon, a scruffy little dog trots into the garage, her fur matted and one ear flopped over. She sniffs around, then plops down by my toolbox, staring up at me with big, round eyes. I kneel, scratching her head, and she leans into my hand, tail wagging slow. "Where'd you come from?" I murmur. Joe glances over, smirking. "Looks like you've got a shadow." I dig out a stale biscuit from my backpack, left over from the diner, and she gobbles it up. I name her Daisy right then, her warmth settling something restless in me. She sticks close, curling up by my cot at night, a quiet friend I didn't know I needed. The days blur into a rhythm, fixing engines, petting Daisy, sipping Dottie's free coffee when I can swing it. But one evening, I'm locking up when a beat-up van pulls in late. The driver's a jittery guy, all nervous twitches, hauling a box of mail he found. He offers to sell it cheap, and Joe waves him off, but I catch a glimpse of an envelope. Sticking out, my name on it, in Mom's handwriting. My stomach flips. I fish it out, hands trembling, and rip it open after the guy speeds off. "You're on your own now," it reads, dated years back. No sorry, no love, just cold words. I stare at it, the paper crinkling in my fist, then light a match from Joe's desk and burn it, watching the ashes scatter. That fire shifts something in me. Next day, I'm bolder, taking on a tricky alternator job without Joe hovering. He watches from the sidelines, arms crossed, and when I finish, the car purrs like new. "You're getting good," he says, a rare half-smile tugging at his mouth. I wipe sweat from my forehead, grease streaking my cheek, and feel a rush of pride. Customers start asking for me by name, calling me the Gear Girl. It's a nickname that sticks, rolling off their tongues easy, and I like it. It fits this new me, tougher, sharper, someone who doesn't just survive but stands tall. Daisy's a fixture now, trotting after me as I haul parts or scrub tools. One morning, a kid, maybe 10, wanders in, kicking a pebble, his mom trailing behind with a flat tire. Daisy bounds over, licking his hand, and he giggles, a bright sound that cuts through the garage's hum. I patch the tire quick, showing him how to hold the lug wrench, and his mom slips me an extra $5. "You're a sweetheart," she says, smiling soft. I pocket the cash, my chest warm, and toss Daisy a treat from a bag I splurged on. She's more than a stray now. She's mine, and I'm hers. Late one night, I'm alone in the garage, polishing a hood under the flickering lights. The quiet wraps around me, broken only by Daisy's snores. I think about that letter, how they wrote me off like I'd fade away. But here I am, building something real. I've got my toolbox, my dog, my skills. I'm not rich, but I'm not nothing either. I catch my reflection in the shiny metal, grimy, tired, but steady. The girl they dumped isn't gone. She's just different now, stronger. Joe starts slowing down. His hands shake more, his steps drag. One afternoon, he pulls me aside, leaning on a workbench. "I'm retiring soon," he says, voice low. "This place, it's yours if you want it." My jaw drops, words stuck in my throat. He shrugs like it's no big deal. "You've earned it, kid." I nod, stunned, my mind racing. Me running this garage? It's a lot, but it feels right. I shake his hand, firm and sure, sealing it. By week's end, I'm sketching plans, new paint for the walls, a sign with my name. Daisy watches, head tilted as I scribble on a napkin. I've got savings now, bit by bit, from tips and jobs. It's not a fortune, but it's enough to dream on. I lean back, the cot creaking, and stroke Daisy's fur. This life, it's messy, hard won, but it's mine. They thought I'd break, but I'm building instead, one small piece at a time. I'm sprawled on my cot, Daisy snoring beside me, the napkin with my garage plans crumpled in my hand. The morning light creeps in, soft and golden, when a sharp knock jolts me upright. Daisy's ears perk, and she lets out a low growl. I stumble down the stairs, rubbing sleep from my eyes, and peek through the garage window. My heart stops. It's my sister, Jen. Thinner than I remember, her hair a tangled mess, pacing by the workbench. She's here. After all these years, she's standing in my world. I grip the door frame, my breath shallow, and steel myself before swinging it. Open! She spins around, eyes wide and bloodshot. You've got to help us, she blurts, her voice cracking like dry twigs. I don't move, just stare, letting the silence stretch. She fidgets, wringing her hands. Mom and Dad, they're in deep trouble. We're broke. I didn't know where else to go. Her words hit me like a slap, but I keep my face blank. Daisy trots up, sniffing her shoes, and Jen steps back, startled. You've got a dog? She mutters, like it's the strangest thing about this moment. I nod, slow and deliberate, waiting for more. She pulls a phone from her pocket, shoving it at me. Look, 52 missed calls. Dad's been trying all night. I take it, the screen lighting up with his name over and over, a desperate rhythm. I press play on a voicemail, and his voice spills. Out, hoarse, panicked. Kid, we need you. Things went bad. Call me back. I hand it back, my fingers cold, and Jen watches me, expectant. They spent everything, she says, quieter now. Your college money, gone on trips, fancy stuff. They thought you'd never make it. My jaw tightens, a slow burn starting in my chest. They gambled on me failing, and lost. I turn away, grabbing a rag to wipe my hands even though they're clean. The motion steadies me, keeps me from shaking. Jen follows, her sneakers squeaking on the concrete. We didn't mean it, you know. The gas station thing. It was just a dumb joke. Her voice wavers, but I hear the lie in it, thin and brittle. I spin around, eyes locked on hers. A joke? I say, my tone sharp enough to cut. You left me with nothing. That's not funny. She flinches, hugging her arms, and for a second, I see the bratty kid who laughed as they drove off. She hasn't changed, just gotten weaker. The garage door rattles as a breeze kicks up and Daisy barks, breaking the tension. I kneel to pet her, her fur soft under my fingers, and Jen shifts, impatient. Look, we need money, she says, blunt. Now. They could lose everything. Jail even. You're doing okay here, right? You can help. I stand, slow and deliberate, and glance around. At my toolbox, the humming fridge, the walls I plan to paint. This place, it's mine, built from sweat and grit. They don't get to waltz in and take it. No, I say, firm and final. Her mouth drops open, stunned. She steps closer, her voice rising. No? You're kidding. We're family. I laugh, a short, bitter sound that echoes off the metal shelves. Family doesn't dump you at a gas station and steal your future. Her face reddens and she grabs my arm, desperate. Please, just listen. I pull free, stepping back, my pulse racing. Daisy growls again, low and protective, and Jen freezes. Get out, I say, pointing to the door. She stares, tears welling up, then stomps off, slamming the door so hard a wrench clatters to the floor. I sink onto a stool, my hands shaking now that she's gone. The voicemail replays in my head, Dad's pleading, Jen's excuses. I grab my keys, the jingle loud in the quiet, and decide I need air. I hop in the old truck I've been fixing up, a clunker I bought cheap, and drive, windows down, the wind whipping my hair. My mind churns. They spent my college fund, money I'd saved from birthdays, odd jobs, on vacations I wasn't invited. 2. The betrayal stings fresh, a wound I thought I'd patched over. I grip the wheel tighter, my knuckles white. I pull over by a quiet stretch of road, the engine ticking as it cools. Daisy's head rests on my lap. She climbed in beside me, and I stroke her ears, grounding myself. A memory flashes. Mom at the RV window, smirking as they sped off, betting I'd fail. "Let's see if she crawls back," she'd said. I didn't crawl then, and I won't now. But facing them, it's coming. I can feel it. I start the truck. Again, the rumble steadying me, and head back, resolve hardening like steel in my bones. Back at the garage, a customer's waiting, a guy with a flat tire tapping his foot. I dive in, patching it quick, my hands moving on autopilot. He thanks me, slipping me a 10, and drives off. The routine soothes me, but Jen's words linger like smoke. I lock up early, the sun dipping low, and sit with Daisy on the steps. My phone buzzes, Jen's number now, a text, "Meet us tomorrow, please." I delete it, but my gut twists. They're not done yet. I dig my keys from my pocket, the metal cool against my palm, and know I'll see them soon, on my terms. Night. Falls, and I'm back on my cot, Daisy curled at my feet. The garage hums below, a familiar comfort, but sleep won't come. I stare at the ceiling, tracing cracks with my eyes. They thought I'd break, that I'd stay small and helpless. But I didn't. I built this, every bolt, every dollar. Tomorrow I'll face them, keys in hand, and show them what they threw away. My heart pounds, a mix of dread and fire. But I'm ready. They came back begging, and I'm not the kid they left behind anymore. I'm lying on my cot, Daisy's soft snores filling the quiet, when the morning sun spills through the window. My phone's silent now, no more texts from Jen, but my mind's buzzing, replaying last night's resolve. Today's the day. I roll out of bed, my feet hitting the cold floor, and pull on my jacket. Daisy stretches, yawning, and follows me. Downstairs, her nails clicking on the steps. I grab my truck keys, the metal warm from my pocket, and take a deep breath. They want to meet at that gas station, the one where it all started. I'm going, but not for them. For me. The drive's short, the engine rumbling steady as Daisy sits shotgun, her head out the window. I pull into the lot, tires crunching gravel, and there they are. Mom, Dad, Jen, huddled by a pump. Mom's eyes are puffy, red-rimmed. Dad's hands shake, clutching a coffee cup. Jen paces, arms crossed tight. I cut the engine and step out, Daisy hopping down beside me. The air's crisp, smelling of gasoline and burnt coffee, and the neon sign buzzes overhead, just like that night. They turn, spotting me, and Mom's face crumples. "Oh, honey," she starts, voice thick. I hold up a hand, stopping her cold. Dad steps forward, his shoulders slumped. "We messed up," he says, his voice raspy, like he's smoked too much. "We're in a hole. Debts, legal stuff. We need your help." His eyes dart to my truck, my boots, sizing me up. I stand tall, letting him look. "You've got savings, right?" he adds, hopeful. I nod, slow and deliberate, and Jen jumps in, eager. "See? You can fix this. We're family." Her tone's desperate, cracking at the edges. I tilt my head, staring her down. "Family?" I say, soft but sharp. "You don't get to call me that now." Mom sniffles, dabbing her eyes with a tissue. "We didn't mean to hurt you," she says, her words trembling. "It was a dumb mistake, leaving you here. We thought you'd come home." I laugh, a low, bitter sound that makes Daisy's ears perk. "You thought I'd crawl back after you stole my college money? After you laughed and drove off?" My voice rises, steady and fierce. Mom flinches, Dad looks away, and Jen bites her lip, silent for once. I point to the spot where I sat that night, the curb still cracked. I was 16, alone. You don't get to cry about it now. A pickup rolls in, a young girl, maybe 14, climbing out with her dad to pump gas. She glances over, curious, her ponytail swinging. I catch her eye and feel a pang. She's me, years ago, before all this. Dad clears his throat, pulling me back. "We're sorry," he says, hands spread wide. But we're desperate. Give us something. Anything. I dig into my pocket, pull out a $20 bill, my last tip, and hold it up. This? I ask, dangling it. Their eyes light up, greedy, and I walk over to the girl instead, pressing it into her hand. Don't let anyone break you, I whisper. She blinks, surprised, and I turn back, their faces slack with shock. Jen lunges forward, furious. You're giving it to her? We're your blood. I step back, Daisy growling low at my side. Blood doesn't mean anything when you treat me like trash, I snap. Mom wails, loud and dramatic, clutching Dad's arm. Please, don't do this. She cries. I shake my head, calm now, the fire in me settling into something solid. I built a life without you, my garage, my dog, my home. You don't get a piece of it. Dad's cup slips, splashing coffee on his shoes, and he curses under his breath. Defeated. I kneel, scratching Daisy's ears, her warmth steadying me. Let's tell you about it, I say, standing again, my voice even. I've got a dog who loves me, a shop I run, people who count on me. You never asked, never cared. Jen's eyes narrow, spiteful. You think you're better than us? She spits. I smile, small and real. No, I just don't need you. The words hang there, heavy, and Mom sobs quiet to a whimper. The girl at the pump watches, her dad nudging her back to the truck, but I feel her gaze, strong, like she gets it. A gust of wind kicks up, rattling the hoses, and I pull my jacket tighter. Dad tries one last time, his voice pleading. We'll change. Come back to us. I look at him, really look, and see the man who bet I'd fail, who let Mom laugh and Jen taunt. No, I say, final as a slammed door. I whistle for Daisy, and she bounds over, tail wagging. I open the truck door, the hinges creaking, and climb in. They shout, Mom's, wait! Jen's, you can't! Dad's, please! But I don't look back. The engine roars to life, drowning them out. I drive off, the gas station shrinking in my rear view, their figures blurring into the dusk. My hands grip the wheel, steady now, and Daisy nudges my arm, whining soft. I pat her head, a lump rising, in my throat. Not sadness, but relief. I think of that night, shivering, scared, abandoned. And then of now, my keys, my truck, my life. They wanted me broken, but I'm whole. The road stretches ahead, dark and open, and I roll the window, down, letting the cool air rush in. Back at the garage, I park and sit there, the quiet wrapping around me. Daisy hops out, sniffing the ground, and I step onto the concrete, my boots loud in the stillness. I unlock the door, the familiar oil scent greeting me, and flip on the lights. The place glows. My place. I grab a broom, sweeping slow, the bristles, scraping steady. They begged, and I walked away. Not out of hate, but strength. I'm done carrying their weight. Tonight, I sleep free, really free, for the first time.